Hello everyone, welcome to another short video. In this video, we are going to look at wildfire analysis profile under the security profiles. But before we create a wildfire analysis profile, let's try to understand what is wildfire. In this moment, let me just zoom in. What is the wildfire feature of the Palo Alto? So wildfire is basically it's a cloud-based malware analysis service. Okay, and Palo Alto has a big cloud infrastructure where they detonate the files in order to detect the malwares, and any other malicious activities that they can do on the user systems. So how does this wildfire actually work? How it gets triggered? So for that, you need to create a wildfire analysis profile and then bind to your security policy. Before we create the profile, let's understand how does it happen. So what happens? Suppose like basically the aim of wildfire is to protect you from the zero-day attack, and all the known attacks can be protected by the antivirus and all other profiles which we created. So wildfire's job is to protect you from the zero-day attacks basically. So suppose there is a malware file traveling through from the internet towards your user, and this is a new malware. Palo Alto has never seen this before. There is no antivirus signature for it which can detect it. So what will happen? As soon as that file will come to the Palo Alto firewall, Palo Alto firewall will check, all the known signatures it has for it. If it does not match any, then what it's gonna do, it's gonna I would say compute the hash of that file and send to the wildfire cloud. Depending on the settings you create in the profile. So it's gonna create compute a hash and send it to the wildfire cloud, and then the wildfire cloud will check if it has seen that file in the past or not. So the thing is, that hash, uh, which firewall computed, goes to Wildfire. Wildfire takes a look. Okay, I have seen it or not. If I have seen it, what has been the action? What has been my verdict about the files? Was it malicious or was it no? Basically, there are four verdicts: benign, graveware, and one is phishing, and other is malicious. Phishing is for the basically for the URLs. And so, what it will do? Suppose it has not seen the file before, then Palo Alto will really transfer the file. You know, it doesn't transfer the file in the first moment. It first computes the hash and sends the hash to the Palo Alto cloud. And once Palo not seen this file, then Palo Alto firewall will send that file to the wildfire for the analysis. And in the wildfire, analysis happens very quick. But what happens for the first time when the file will be transferring, the file will be going to wildfire as well as it will be getting delivered to the user. Okay, so for the very first time, what will happen then? The wildfire will do all of its analysis and will come to a verdict about the file. Okay, like if it has if it's malicious, benign, graveyard, whatever, it has four verdicts. It will go for a verdict, and then if the file seems to be or the URL seems to belong to phishing, then the pan DB will be updated with the phishing, and if it's the file is malicious, benign, or graveyard, then the respective verdict will be take uh, will be communicated to the firewall in terms of wildfire signature. Suppose the file was found as malicious, then the wildfire will create its signature and will send to the firewall if you have the wildfire license. Then if you do not have a wildfire license, then that update will be sent as an antivirus signature. Palo Alto regularly updates antivirus signatures, so that update will be coming via the antivirus signatures. But for the respective duration of time while you get that signature in the antivirus, you won't be able to protect yourself. So that's where the wildfire licenses capability comes into the picture. So you get a wildfire signature for that file. And for the first time file was delivered, but later on when the file traverses to the firewall, firewall is going to block it. And that's not where, wildfire's functionality stops. What will happen then? The wildfire is going to distribute knowledge about that file to all the Palo Altos in the world. Okay, so it's a very powerful engine. So if suppose there are many organizations around the world using the Palo Alto. If any one of those organizations have seen that file, then your Palo Alto will know about it. And if it was malicious or what was the action regard, because every file is unique. If you change even a single bit, then its hash value is going to change and it becomes an entirely different file for the Palo Alto. So now let's look at the wildfire analysis profile creation. Just one second. Okay. So in order to create a wildfire profile, you have to click on add under the security profiles wildfire. Let's give it a name. I say WA wildfire analysis. And after that, we create the rules. Click on add. Okay, let's create this rule is for all the applications, but any application which is transferring a respective file type. I don't want to go for any file types. I want to go only for the PE files, which are really the Windows executables. And let me see if exe is listed as another file type in here. No, that's a PE only. Okay, fine. Or if you want to scan P8 PDFs as well, then select them as well. So these two file types, give a name. I'll say R1 for the rule 1. And then what direction the file should be transferred. I'll say it should be getting downloaded. What analysis you want to do? You want to send it to public cloud or a private cloud? What private cloud means, Palo Alto does have the, Palo Alto does provide you a wildfire device which you can install in your data center, and your Palo Alto firewalls will send the files to that specific device for the analysis instead of sending it to the Palo Alto's cloud. Basically, the Palo Alto's public cloud. And there is again inline cloud analysis. You can enable it and then create the similar rule as well if you want to use the inline cloud analysis. So that's how you create a wildfire profile. After you create this profile, you can go to your policies and then select your security policy there. And then you like this is my rule and I want to apply the wildfire profile for this. So whatever traffic hits that rule, if its action is allowed, it shouldn't be dropped, otherwise file will not be transferred. So if the action is allowed, then I'll just go there and I can map my wildfire analysis profile. You see, I can map my wildfire pro and just hit OK and commit the changes. Other than that, there are certain more rules like you saw public and private cloud of the wildfire. So if you have installed a wildfire device into your infrastructure, then you can go to device. There is an option wildfire. So you can see for the public cloud, my URL is set to this. My Palo Alto will be sending files to this URL, and I can set one more URL for the wildfire private cloud. Okay. And if you have a proxy to which you have to travel through in order to connect the private cloud, then you can use that as well. Just enable it. File size limits. So there is a limit on the file sizes. Those are sent to the Palo Alto cloud. You see, for the PE files, the limit is 16 MB, APK 10 MB, PDF about I think this is 3 MB overall, and then this is 16 MB for MS Office, and then this is 5 MB, 5 MB. This is again 50 MB Linux files, and then the scripts are 20 KB. Why the file sizes are so low? Because whenever someone has to deliver a payload or a malicious file, which is really a virus, people do not create very big files. They want their attack to be quick and impact to be big. So these things, and viruses, Trojan horses, they all come in the short of a very, I would say, in the form of very small files. But yeah, you can modify the limit as per your need here. But these all are default values selected. And if you want to collect the reports for the benign files, you can check this box. Graveyard files, check this box. You can set them, but usually people don't select them because then there will be too much which you will be getting. And in order to see the logs for the wildfire, you go to monitor, you go to wildfire submissions, and there you will be getting all the logs, whatever files your firewall submits to the wildfire cloud. Okay. And if you find the wildfire couldn't find something right about a file, it's a false positive, then you can report that from the log itself after opening the log. Let's see if there were any more settings we should talk about. Yeah, inline cloud analysis file size limit is also here. And then yeah, what inline session information you want to keep, and then session information settings as well. for the wildfire missions. And I believe that's it about the Palo Alto wildfire. It's a very brief explanation of wildfire. Uh, yeah, but once you start using it, you will come to know the power of the wildfire, and it's a very good feature. Based on the intelligence you have from all the places wherever a Palo Alto firewall is installed, it will be giving you that intelligence, and you will be able to protect yourself better. So, thank you for your time. Have a good day.